fasting. Learning objectives. Assalamu alaikum, my friends. How are you today? Today we will learn about the obligation of fasting. Let's get started. It is from the mercy of Allah Almighty towards us that He commanded we do acts of worship that are good for us. Among these acts of worship is fasting, which is abstaining from eating and drinking from sunrise until sunset. This means no eating or drinking from the time the sun rises to the time it sets. This worship has a great impact on Muslims as it brings them closer to Allah Almighty. Fasting strengthens our health and well-being because abstaining from eating and drinking from dawn until sunset has great benefits for the body and the mind. Now, my friends, who can tell me about the holy month that Allah Almighty commanded us to fast? To raise our rank in this world and the hereafter and improve our bodies. Let's see. The month that Allah Almighty commanded us to fast is the blessed month of Ramadan. Allah Almighty said in the Holy Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, O believers, fasting is prescribed for you, as it was for those before you, so perhaps you will become mindful of Allah. As for the evidence that fasting was commanded during the month of Ramadan, Allah Almighty said in the Holy Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ramadan is a month in which the Quran was revealed as a guide for humanity, with clear proofs of guidance and a decisive authority. So whoever is present this month, let them fast. As for the rewards of fasting, there are many, in both this world and the hereafter. Among them are that a fasting Muslim gets lots of hasanat, or good deeds from Allah Almighty. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, Whoever fasts the month of Ramadan out of sincere faith and hope to attain Allah's rewards, then all of his past sins will be forgiven. Likewise, one of the rewards of fasting is that those who fast will enter paradise on the Day of Judgment through a gate called Ar-Rayyan. Another virtue of fasting is that those who fast feel for the poor and needy and empathize with them. Many poor people don't have food or water, so they go long times without eating. When we fast, we are experiencing what they feel when they don't have food. This makes us think of them more, empathize with them. Fasting also teaches us patience. Like how we fast, we have to be patient and eat only when the sun sets. This helps us be more patient with our friends and family too. When we fast, we give our body a break from eating food all the time. This helps our body work properly and stay fit. Did you know, my friends, that doctors now are saying that fasting is very good for us? Islam commanded us to fast long before these doctors discovered the benefits of fasting. Subhanallah. Fasting is also a way to cleanse the soul. It gives us time to focus on prayer and other acts of worship, like dhikr, giving charity, and reading the Quran. These acts bring us closer to Allah, and they strengthen our faith and our connection to Him. Fasting teaches Muslims discipline in their life. It teaches us to resist what our body wants. In order to make Allah happy, it teaches us to say no to things that are not good for us, even if we want them. Now, who knows the manners and sunnahs of fasting? Let's see what they are. One of the manners and sunnahs of fasting is suhoor, which is the meal we eat before dawn. This helps us with the hunger we feel when we fast. Another one of the manners and sunnahs of fasting is avoid backbiting and gossiping. Also among the manners of fasting is doing good deeds, such as reading the Quran, praying, doing schoolwork, reading, and volunteering. One of the manners of fasting is controlling our anger. It's very common that people feel angry when they're hungry, but a manner of fasting in Islam is learning to control that and instead be kind to people. It may be hard, but the reward is very big. When breaking our fast, it's a sunnah to break our fast as soon as the sun sets, not waiting longer to eat. It's also sunnah to break our fast with dates and water. Finally, some of the manners and sunnahs of fasting is not overeating or overdrinking after we break our fast or during suhoor. Overeating after a long time of fasting has been proven to be very bad for our health, as it makes us gain weight and become unhealthy. Islam commanded us not to overeat long before doctors recommended that. Subhanallah. So today we learn that fasting is one of the acts of worship that Allah Almighty commanded us to do. It has a good effect on us in this world, as it is beneficial for our body, our faith, and our connection to Allah. It also has big rewards for it in the hereafter. And we learned that Allah Almighty commanded fasting in the blessed month of Ramadan. We also learned that those who fast will enter paradise on the Day of Judgment through a gate called Ar-Rayyan. Finally, we learned that some of the manners and sunnahs of fasting are suhoor, and controlling our anger, not backbiting or gossiping, not overeating or overdrinking, and breaking our fast as soon as the sun sets with dates and water. With this, we are done with our lesson today. See you all in another lesson. Goodbye.